In the Pete Carroll era, Seattle currently, right now, is 9-0. When the opposing quarterback throws for over 400 yards, Seattle is 9-0.
Yeah.
That's crazy to hear. When normally stuff like that, when the opponent throws that many yards, you're not winning that.
No,
But
that's
Seattle
because
is
they're
9-0 since Pete Carroll took over, and when the opposing quarterback bombs them, it just has.
That's because, especially this year, because we've been up so many points. I mean, we should have been up 37-15.
Yes, agreed.
In all honesty,
Yeah.
But we've had double-digit leads, so they got to abandon the running game right away.
This is true.
I mean, we've already had 2 this year.
Yeah, week 1, Matt Ryan had 450, and then 3. I said this last week. Prescott threw for 472.
Yeah, in week 2, who had 396?
Cam had 397.
Cam had 397, so he didn't break the 400, obviously. But I mean, usually it's only 1 a year, but this year to have 2 out of 3 games where a quarterback's thrown over 400. I mean, I don't know whether that is, good, bad for the defense. I mean, or can you chalk that up to being up double digits and having to abandon the running game? I think it's because our defense hasn't been playing very good right now. Honestly,
No,
I think we chalk it up. I think it's mostly because our defense hasn't been playing very well.
Our pass rush looked very good. Just like Alton Robinson got that sack. Our pass rush looked pretty good. And Shaquem Griffin looks very fast when he gets tackles.
Mhm.
But that secondary is hurting with our depth. Because Jamal Adams even got hurt.
Yeah, we'll go
we have
into
like
the injuries
5.
too. But yeah, I agree. Especially because with Dunbar out, Dunbar practiced all week long, and then he was a scratch the knee issue.
I think his knee was swelled
That
up.
came out of nowhere.
That was, I thought he was going to play, but he was good to go, and then.
And then Lano Hill had a back problem.
Yeah, he was having back spasms late, so he pulled. But based on what we're looking at now, it looks like we're in regards to the injuries. So this week coming up against the Dolphins, we're going to have Dunbar and Lano should be back this week. We shouldn't have an issue there. But in regards to the game itself against the Cowboys, so yeah, we got Jamal Adams with a first-degree groin strain. He is currently day by day. We're playing the Dolphins.
I would sit him.
They may sit him. I mean, you got Fitzpatrick. That guy, when he wants to, can bomb him deep. But I think they may sit him, depending on how he feels. Chris Carson, in regards to his injury, which
Really, I think should have never happened.
that was uncalled for. That
Pete's pissed.
Tristan Hill. Yeah, they even quoted him as being pissed in regards
Petey's pissed. He said that is
to Gator roll tackle.
Yeah,
something
that's
like that.
chintzy.
But so Chris Carson, they listed as a first-degree knee sprain, 1 to 2 weeks. So I could definitely see them. Dude, Carlos Hyde back there, man. Carlos looks good. That guy runs well. He hits hard. He looks good back there. So I think you're safe. You can leave Carson.
I would
this week
sit
against
Carson
the
for
Dolphins.
at least a week or 2. And Travis Homer's looked pretty good too.
Yeah, that guy's got some speed on him.
Knowing how DJ Dallas did in training camp,
Yeah, we're waiting to
that
hear.
could be pretty well too.
And that could
behind.
realistically happen this week too.
Yeah, I would think so. If Carson's going to be sitting down, you'd have to bring up another running back because Rashad Penny's still on IR.
Yeah.
For the first 6 games he's got to be out.
Yeah.
So you'd be left with Carlos Hyde, Travis Homer, and that's it for running backs. So you're gonna have to bring up DJ Dallas. You can't. You cannot have two tailbacks.
Yeah, and they were
in the
big
game.
fans of him in camp.
Yeah,
he said he was a standout.
From what I was hearing, that they looked better than Travis Homer, but because Homer played last year, knew the system a little bit better. That's the reason he's playing. And DJ Dallas is a healthy scratch the first 3 weeks.
First 3 weeks. Yeah.
But and Jordan Brooks.
Yeah, Jordan Brooks has an MCL sprain. That's a little longer, but could have been worse. It was about 2 to 4 weeks out. It's a first-degree MCL sprain, which is good. It's not the best, of course, but that could be,
Seattle dodged the bullet. with all the
Yeah.
injuries.
Yeah, and then on top of it, you got Damian Lewis that got hurt, but it's just a mild ankle sprain. He should be okay. He looks like he's going to play on
He
Sunday.
should be back this
I
week.
think
Yeah.
Posick had also a knee problem. He was holding his knee on one play.
There were some people got beat up. I mean, if you find all around the NFL, not just the Seattle Seahawks
Yeah.
included.
Ever.
Obviously everything that's going on, it is what it is. It's just the way of the world right now with this whole COVID bullshit going on. But the injuries to all of these teams, you're not, like you've been saying, you've been watching these games, and they're like, a lot of these guys, you do your training camp, but when you start playing, your body's not ready for that yet. And that's that whole preseason's for, is to kind of get that body where it needs to be in regards to playing football against the opponent.
Obviously,
all that hitting and back and forth, and then that was wear you down.
Oh
with
yeah,
all that preseason.
I never played beyond high school football, but everything I hear is that obviously I hear that they don't need 4 preseason games. Most people would like it to be cut to 2.
I'd be able
but
to
they
do that.
said you need preseason to get into game shape. I mean, I don't know what game shape is. I've always been fat, regardless of where and when I played. But they said game shape is very important, and nobody got to get into game shape. Obviously, not having a preseason this year. That's why you're seeing so many injuries around the NFL.
Oh, it's been hardcore. I mean, even just like season-ending injuries.
Oh yeah, look at the Niners.
Barkley, look at the Niners. Yeah, the Niners alone.
Yeah, but the Niners alone, just how lucky they get to play the Jets and the Giants. The 2 weeks that they were hurt, the worst. Obviously, I haven't heard much in the way of any of their injuries or anything like that. But Jets and the Giants, when they're injured the most, really, who set up that schedule?
That's about as lucky as you can
You
get.
go to the Super Bowl and you get the Jets and the Giants back-to-back weeks.
2 and 3.
What a
yeah.
joke!
And I think was it that they're really questioning if, because Jimmy Garoppolo could have a chance to come back this week, but they're really questioning by benching him and starting Nick Mullins over him, by making him a backup besides starting him.
I would. I don't think Garoppolo's that good. I've never thought he was that good. I don't know where people got all of his.
If it wasn't for that running game last year, the Niners would have never made it.
Yeah, thank God we got our last. I think we've got the 9th easiest schedule remaining.
Nice.
After the first 3 games.
Yeah.
So,
First,
and the Niners get harder.
hey, that's what they need right now.
More
Especially
injury.
to go down the line there.
More injuries.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just tear up a bunch of knees for the Niners, and we'd be good, huh? I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Just for this year. I don't want to see anybody's career end, but
No, it's not good. Right?
well, maybe if they're on the Niners, I wouldn't mind career-ending injuries, but
Or if it's Cam Newton.
I just don't like Cam Newton, period, at all.
No one does.
But yeah, so the injuries did take a toll. But yeah, Seattle did dodge a bit of a bullet there with the
Yeah.
injuries. Got lucky considering how some of these teams are playing out. But and so yeah, in regards to the game itself, yeah, that was another crazy game. Just the way, if anybody out there that's a Seattle Seahawks fan, that's just the way it is. We've been doing this for years now. They like to give us a nice stroke every so often, like just make your heart skip a beat every so often.
Yeah, we were up 30-15, and you can't even rest because it's coming.
Yeah,
The
we expect
comeback's coming. And we were up 30-15, and
At least we're not.
Gavin and I looked at each other and went, "Well, when's it coming? When's the streak coming for the Cowboys? What are they going to score 4 straight?"
And at least we're not the Atlanta Falcons. At least we finished our games and win them.
Very true.
They've gone they were up 26-10 on the Bears in the third quarter. They lost 30 to
Brought in
26.
Nick Folk there. Or
And
Nick
Nick
Foles.
Nick Foles.
And they were up
Not the
20
kicker.
to nothing.
Okay.
Well, that's the Bears' own fault for starting Trubisky. I mean, that guy's just horrendously bad.
I think Foles is getting the whole starting job this year.
Yeah, he's gonna start this week. I know that Trubisky's getting benched.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Oh, he's horrible.
But I bet you right now Philadelphia's kicking themselves right now, going, dude, we may have. Why did we let Foles go?
And give the money to Wentz, and he's regressed in a bad way.
He's not healthy at all. His injuries kill him.
No. Early on in your career like that, it's hard to overcome. What did he have? He had the ACL tear, and he had a MVP season going that year.
Yeah, that was the Rams
And
game.
he busted his knee up in the Rams game.
Dime for that.
What was that, like 48-45 game or something like that? Busted up his knee, and then he had some shoulder and elbow problems one year. And then Jadeveon Clowney last year giving him the concussion.
Yeah.
In the playoff game. Yay, JD.
But yeah, I mean, you talk about the Philadelphia, the Bengals game. They tied 23-23.